Hey everyone, welcome to Blooming Change. This is rebloom.news' interview series where we interview people who we believe are making a positive impact in the world of sustainability. Just as a reminder, rebloom.news is a newsletter that offers advice, inspiration, and actionable items to live more consciously with the planet, and you can subscribe below. So today we're talking with Jungle Bay, all about being a vegan entrepreneur. She studied philosophy at Cambridge University and has founded a few sustainable businesses throughout the years. We're really excited to talk to her because she has so many great ideas and an amazing personality. So Jungle Bay, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Thank you. Sure. It's so great to be here with you, talking to you today about sustainability. So, my name is Jungle Bay, and I'm a vegan entrepreneur and content creator. I live for sustainability and vegan lifestyle. It's been life-changing for me and for many others. So, yeah, my interests are foraging. I love going out in summer and spring to forage for local herbs and berries and making my own herbal recipes as well. And yeah. That's what I like to do.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really excited to talk about a few of those businesses and your wellness journey overall. So, starting out, could you tell us a little bit about your wellness journey and how it brought you to start Herbs Heal Hearts, which is an herbal-based gifting charity? So, can you talk a little bit about how you got started doing that and what that charity does?
Yeah, sure. So initially, I was in the music industry. I had a music publishing company, and that's how I began, a bit rock and roll, traveling the world, getting songs out there. And I just started feeling really tired, and I wasn't sure, what this was. My glands were quite swollen, and the doctors kept saying, "Oh, you're fine. Take two of these, go back on the road." And eventually I just experienced the big burnout, as they love to glamorize in the music industry. And I says, no, I'm not going to accept this. There must be something more that the doctors are missing. So they did some tests and discovered that I had a condition called sarcoidosis. And I thought, no, they're having a joke. Sarcoidosis sounds like, it's a disease of sarcasm or something. I wasn't really sure what it was. And I was just really upset. It was in the peak of my career. And I did a lot of research on this. It's an immune system condition that causes inflammation in, your organs. And they found it in my lungs. Now, I thought to myself, okay, how am I going to heal this naturally? I don't want to take, Western medicine. It's so dangerous sometimes. So I really want to heal this myself. So I became a herbalist, started studying herbalism. I started making my own remedies under supervision because I wasn't experienced at that time. I noticed a massive improvement in my health to the point where I was bed bound for a whole year. I was studying from my bed. I wasn't able to leave my bed. And within a year, I'm now here and just feeling so much better. The inflammation has gone down in my lungs. It's a miracle. So I really am so passionate about all of my brands reflecting herbalism or sustainability in some way. So while I was in bed and I was thinking, please God heal me, I was thinking to myself, there must be other people around the world who don't have access to herbs, who don't have access to herbalism or ways to study it. So I thought to myself, I would love to set up a gifting charity alongside my brands for profit that actually gives back. So every time I sell a product from one of my other brands, a percentage goes to Herbs Heal Hearts. So we are gifting communities all over the world. And through the Black Lives Matter movement, we started gifting Black communities to begin with, because we're often left out of the conversation of wellness. So now I've decided to open Herbs Heal Hearts for everybody, so all communities can benefit from the impact of herbs. That's how Herbs Heal Hearts started, through quite a dark patch in my life.
That's an amazing story from start to finish, going through so much hardship and then creating such a wonderful charity now that you're connecting with so many communities all over the world. That's such a great story and so inspirational to hear about, that you went through all of this, but then you created such greatness out of it. So how did you start? Yeah, of course. How did you start learning about the healing power of herbs? Like, where in your life did this conversation start coming up for you?
Well, it happened naturally because I feel like the more I was awakening and being vegan, that really opened my eyes quite a lot. All of a sudden, I just had this connection with nature. So I'd go hiking and I went to North Carolina. A friend of mine was over there at the time. He invited me with his parents and they took me hiking. And I just remember seeing all of these bushes and just knowing what herb it was, and I just felt connected, and it was from that point that I had a big interest. And then also like going home as well, speaking to my grandfather, you know, he has land and he was telling me about all of the natural remedies that they would use and to heal themselves in the 60s. So I found that really cool. So it was just something that found me at the right time. I don't think herbs would have been the best thing for me, you know, 5 years ago because I wasn't ready to receive them. And I do feel that the consciousness finds you when you're ready to get on that path, and I really appreciate it. So herbs found me at the time that I put the call out to the universe. So I would say it's been a 3 year journey now, really terrible journey.
So, any tips for people, the people watching right now, if they wanted to start implementing herbs into their kitchen or into their daily lifestyle, how would you recommend that they go about doing that?
I would say to everybody watching who would love to incorporate herbs into their daily diets is to start off topically and maybe have a herbal bath to begin with, because your body will start to get used to herbs over time. It's such a gentle way to incorporate herbs into your lifestyle. So I would definitely recommend maybe experimenting with essential oils. That's a really non-toxic way to incorporate herbs into your life, and it's super gentle, and you can also dilute them in oils. It's a lot safer than just going out foraging for the first time and picking a bunch of herbs and eating them. It's just not safe unless you are with a qualified supervisor. So I would definitely recommend, I have so many essential oils here and I can't wait to share them with you at some point, but essential oils, start off that way and gradually build up. I would also say, please try and incorporate your herbs with a plant-based diet as well, because there is no point putting all of these beautiful natural herbs on greasy meat dishes, and your body is just not going to be able to absorb that. So try and go plant-based gently day by day and you'll see the benefits, I promise.
Yeah, so as an advocate of the vegan community, you've been vegan for a while now. How would you like to see the community become more sustainable over time?
That's a really great question. I would absolutely love to see the vegan community become more sustainable by still being mindful about what we purchase. And there's a lot of big giants and big brands who are jumping on the word vegan because they know there's money and there's profits to be made. So I would say just because a big company has decided they want to start saying vegan, it doesn't mean that we should all go out and invest in those companies and buy from them, because essentially what's happening is they're just using those profits to funnel into their not non-sustainable products. And you know, the vegan community has a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, there's a lot of vegan entrepreneurs watching, and you know the community is just going to end up getting smaller and smaller if we're not supporting each other. So buy local, buy from another vegan entrepreneur, let's all support each other, and you know that's the only way we're going to be more sustainable for the future in our generation. And also as well, I would say just be mindful of packaging. It's such a big issue. I did a really big order um, for one of my brands. I had to order stationery, but I was so appalled in the amount of boxes that came. I can't name the company, but they're the biggest marketplace in the world. It begins with an A. And there were so many boxes, you know, for a small notebook at the box, and I just felt really sad. So what I try and do in that case is recycle and use the box for something else. Maybe send one of my customers' orders off in that same box and wrap it with wrapping paper. There are so many ways to not be part of that back conversation where big companies are just not taking care of the planet.
Definitely. Actually, last week on Rebloom, we interviewed someone that owns a sustainable packaging design studio. And packaging is such a
Ooh,
huge thing right now, especially during the holidays. And we see a lot of brands transitioning to sustainable packaging, but a lot of those big giant brands that we
yeah.
can't name are still just doing the same thing every day using plastic packaging and all these things that is not good for the environment. And they just end up in the landfill for our great grandkids if we're still around at that time to deal with. So I think packaging is a really important conversation. And it's great that you are reusing and recycling and you have that awareness with your own brands. So lastly, this is a little bonus question since you're such a great vegan cook and your Instagram is full of different recipes and so many different things. So I'll make sure I link your Instagram below so people can follow. But what is your favorite vegan holiday recipe for people that might want to try out a vegan recipe this year?
Well, the thing is, I'm all swept off my feet. I'm being pulled in all different directions. So what I make for myself and for my friends has to be super quick because the emails coming in, I've got to do this, package that order for Bloom and Boogie. And so what I tend to do is batch cook. It's so helpful. And I know a lot of people are doing it and it's all fancy on the internet, but honestly, it's non-glamorous, but it's super functional and super healthy. So I do batches of cabbage, batches of okra, and just make it all in advance. But my favorite holiday dish I'm looking forward to making this year is steamed okra with ackee and jackfruit. And it's a spin on a traditional Jamaican classic, but in Jamaica they have saltfish, and I don't eat saltfish, so I have to make it with jackfruit, and it's so yummy. And I'll be sharing that recipe on my page. So steamed jackfruit with ackee and steamed okra is super delicious.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I love that. A few people in my home are totally vegan and a few are transitioning to plant-based. So we will probably definitely have some jackfruit around during the holidays and all that good stuff. So thank you so much, Jungle Bay, for taking time to talk to us about your story. And I can't wait to share you on the Rebloom platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much and take care. Thank you, Meredith.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.